Hello everyone, welcome back to Chef Tally's Kitchen, and in today's video we're going to be learning how to make this really incredible plum cake. It's a beautiful marble cake decorated with fresh plum fruit. Now you can get your plums in the market right now. I think they're almost out of season, but you can still grab your batch. Now this cake turned out really incredible. It was nice and fluffy and soft. It's an incredible marble cake, and the fruit on top just took it from 100 to 110. Now the full recipe will be available in the description box below, so make sure to check it out. And if you've not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, do consider subscribing. But for now, let's learn how to get this done. So I'm going to be starting off here with 1 cup of granulated sugar, and I'm just going to go ahead and add that to my bowl. Next up, I'm doing here 1 cup of margarine, and I'm just going to use my spatula to scrape everything out of my measuring cup and into my bowl. Now the first step is to always mix your butter or your margarine and your sugar until everything is nicely combined. Now you'll always start off with a sort of yellowish color because of the butter or the margarine. However, you're supposed to mix this until you get a really creamy consistency. So it's going to shift from sort of yellow to very light yellow or cream like so. And it's only when you get to this point that you should proceed to add the rest of the ingredients. So just be patient until your butter / margarine and sugar are nicely combined. Next up here, we're going to go ahead and add 3 eggs to this. And then I'm also going to be adding here 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and then I'll just go in back with my hand mixer and mix everything to combine nicely. Once this is done, go ahead and add 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence, and then I'm still going to use my mixer to mix everything to combine. But this is it for me and my mixer, because next up I'll be adding my flour, and I prefer to use my spatula to mix in my flour just so that I don't get a cloud of flour in my kitchen. But you can use a mixer if you prefer to do that. That's still perfectly fine. So in total we're going to be doing here 2 cups of all-purpose flour. So go ahead and add that in small bits into your bowl and use your spatula or your mixer to mix everything to combine nicely. The consistency here is a little bit heavy, but that's fine. We'll set this aside and begin cutting our fruits, and we'll check on it just before we start baking. So next up here, I have my bowl of nice, clean, washed plums, and I'm going to first off separate these into 2 halves. So you'll twist this open like so to separate the 2 parts from each other, and then we're going to cut the part that has the seed into 2 again so that we can remove the seed. I wasn't able to remove it when it was still a half plum. So we'll chop all our plums into this beautiful quarter size, moon shaped quarter size. You know, cut your plum into 4. So I did go ahead and add a 1/4 cup of milk to my butter because it was a little bit too heavy, and then I'm going to be adding this into my prepared baking tin. Here I've just lined my baking tin with some parchment paper and rubbed some margarine on the sides of my baking tin. This is about 30 centimeters in diameter, but I did find it to be a little bit big, but I didn't have much options, but you can use a smaller baking tin if you have that. So just use your spatula to make sure your butter is nicely spread all the way to the edge of your baking tin. And now to the beautiful, satisfying bit, we're going to be adding our moon-shaped plums all around our cake batter, and we're going to start with the outer circumference as we head towards the center. You can see how beautiful this already looks. I am bubbling with joy just thinking of how incredible this is going to turn out, because it looks absolutely amazing. Now I'm going to go ahead and pop this in the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 50 to 60 minutes. However, you should be able to understand your oven. Over time, I've come to learn that my mom's oven would literally burn a cake with this temperature and this time, but my oven won't. So try and understand the measurements of your oven. And our cake is done and ready. Look at that. It looks absolutely incredible. It smells truly fantastic, and I can't wait to start digging in. So you can go ahead, once it's cooled down, do remove this from your baking tin, and you can go and cut this into beautiful slices. As you can see, it turned out a little bit thin, but that's because my baking tin was too wide, so do definitely use a smaller baking tin if you have one. The cake turned out really soft, fluffy. As you can see, it's really easy to put together as well. So make sure to try out this recipe and let me know how it goes in the comment sections below. If you've not yet subscribed to my YouTube, do consider subscribing. It does motivate me to create more incredible content. But for now, bye bye and take care of yourselves.